and welcome to the first match of the evening in the Women's Supa-Liga. We've got the match of the round between the Western Devils and the West Coast Cobras, and we'll just run through the lineups for both sides, starting with the Devils. B1 wearing the number 9, Becky Musial wearing the number 1, Coral Buxey wearing the number 31, Andrea Priato the number 14, Penelope Clayton the number 21, Laura Waltman the number 5, Ashley Byrne the number 4, Nina Borman the number 6, and Rachel Wilson the number 17. And for the West Coast Cobras, it's Annie Leyland the number 1, EJ Silva the number 8, Samantha Brady the number 45, Shelby Cochran the number 4, Crystal Jade Brooke the number 22, Lauren Contenabali the number 2, Stephanie Waycott the number 20, Emma Elias, who's a new signing, playing her first match this evening for the Cobras, moving over from the Northern Hawks, wearing the number 7, and Marco Kant the number 25, as Kant plays Contenabali. She looks left for Brooke, who returns to Contenabali, spreading play out wide to Elias. Kant, back to Elias. And now down the line for Kant, who mistouches and turns possession over. Priato gives it to Clayton. Clayton goes for the take on, but she's lost out, and it's an early goal there by Lauren Contenabali. They picked Clayton's pocket, and the loose ball fell kindly to Contenabali, who finish from close range. And it's an early lead for the West Coast Cobras. An ideal start for the women in green. But the Devils are the favourites, and they won't be rattled. Priato forces Leyland into an early save. Now the Cobras break away on the counter-attack. Kant's ball forward. Overhit. And Laura Waltman will take the resulting side ball. Waltman plays Priato up high. Nina Borman back to Priato. And a lovely one too with Borman, but Contenabali gets the better. And she plays Brooke down the line, who gets beyond Nina Borman. Musial called into action and makes the save. Clayton, long ball for Priato, holds up nicely. Borman to Waltman. Priato, and looking for the through ball to Nellie Clayton, but just missing the number 21. And the Cobras will get a chance to restart from keeper. Leyland rolls it out short to Contenabali. Plays it to Brooke. Brooke returns to Contenabali. Can't. Contenabali again. She's had a lot of the ball early. Elias. Cobras keeping possession quite well. Contenabali, as I say that, just giving it away a little bit cheaply. But Clayton turning it right back over. Can't. Gives it to Brooke. And Brooke flicks it over the top. Waltman with the defensive header into Becky Musial's hands. Priato scoops it forward into Waltman's run, and now here's a chance for Laura Waltman. That's a good finish into the corner. And the Devils are level as an influx of subs come on for the West Coast Cobras. It's Shelby Cochran, EJ Silva, and also Sam Brady look to come on. She will now, but she makes the change for Crystal Jade Brooke. Contenabali, the only one of the 4 that stayed on the court, as Cochran mistouches. Contenabali under pressure at the back. Does well to play it off Borman and wins the side ball. Ball forward for Brady. Looking for Cochrane's run. Devils pick possession up once again. Clayton gets on the outside of Kontinabali. Fired low and hard, but Leyland makes a save and she releases quickly. Looking for Sam Brady. Waltman. Cochrane. Loose ball. Borman to Priato. And across court for Waltman. Here's a chance for her second. Cuts in nicely. And what a goal that was. It's 2-1 to the Western Devils. 2 goals in about a minute from Laura Waltman. And she gets the Devils right back on track to his 2 exquisite finishes. Nothing Leyland could do for either. Cochrane. Kontinabali tries to play Silver centre, and now it's B1. Borman. Waltman looking to take on Silver. Retreats back with Borman, whose ball out wide finds Priato, but deflects off Kontinabali. Borman to 1. 1 missed touches. Kontinabali back to Leyland. And now it's EJ Silva. She's had a good start to her season. The youngster been very important for the West Coast Cobras. Featured in the team of the week last time out as one looking for the back post. Couldn't find Priato. Brady. Kontinabali. Ball through for Cochrane's cut out. Waltman. And Waltman keeping possession at the back with Priato. Now she makes the run forward. Priato looks for her, but the pass is blocked by Cochrane. And out wide to B1. Gets it back again. And 1 trying to beat Kontinabali. Waltman on it now. Cochrane gets a little touch on it. She's put Kontinabali under pressure, but the number 2's done well to get out of it. Her return ball for Silva, a little misplaced. Now the Devils try and break away, but the final ball from B1 wasn't the best. Cochrane, Brady, Silva. That pass is a little short, but EJ Silva cleans up the mess. And now it's Stephanie Waker, I believe, for the West Coast Cobras, who's subbed on for Kontinabali. Here's Waker on the ball now. Was that a handball? Referee hasn't given it. Inside to Cochrane. Brady. Silva. Waker. And she plays it off B1. And we'll get it back from the sideline. Silva. Waiting for the run of Waker. Tried to find her. But the pass just hitting her heel. As Laura Waltman checks off after an impressive stint on the court. 2 goals within the opening 8 minutes. B1. Now it's Coral Buxy. Priato. Loose ball picked up by Buxy. And tries to get beyond Waycott, but not quite on that occasion. Silva to Brady. Brady's ball in the middle looking for Waycott. Buxy to Priato. Scoops it down the line. Header from Brady. Wasn't clear. 1. Prado chips it in the centre. Buxy lays it off for Clayton, who fires off the right, but it's over the bar. And Leyland distributes long from the back. Prado does well to read the direction of the throw. Back rolls it for Clayton. Fires off the right. Blocked by Waycott. And B1's given it away at the back there. Now here's a chance for the Cobras. Waycott. But one does well to recover. Flick forward. And Prado going for the volley. Just on the outside of the net. Silva. Cochrane, first time ball centre for Brady's a good one. Waycott out wide. But one wins it back for the Devils. Now here's Buxy. First time ball from Nell Clayton looking for B1's run. As Nina Borman's back on for the Devils. Brady, Silva, back to Brady. Silva tries to play Cochrane, but Buxy's won it up high. Good save by Leyland, and on the follow-up by Clayton. Fell to our left foot. Maybe he could have done better. The initial save from Leyland was good. Just a little bit casual in possession there, the West Coast Cobras. The ball from Silva to Cochrane fell a little short, and Buxy had every opportunity to win it up high. As Waycott wins it up high for the Cobras, but it's turned over, and now B1 fires from range. That one nowhere near the target. Long from Leyland, headed by Buxy, as Musia will collect it. Borman, centre to 1, back to Borman. And a chance for the Devils, great save, and another one on the follow-up from Leyland. A brilliant double save. And releases it quickly over the top. But now a chance for the Devils on the counter. Clayton! That one tipped around the post. And the Devils will have a corner. So the Cobras making errors in costly areas. And have almost been made to pay on a few occasions. At that time, it was blocked by Elias. Borman gets it to Clayton, who fires off the right. That one's hit the upright. Did well to squeeze a shot in from that angle and get it so close. Borman, ball forward. Blocked by Silva. Waycott gives it to Silva. Brady. The youngsters combining well on the court for the Cobras. Waycott tries to help it onto Elias. Clayton. Out wide for Borman. Ball centre looking for 1. Buxy gives it away. Elias with the chance. Fires off the right. And taking a deflection on the way through. Musi out. Dove to the other side. Fortunately for the Devils, it just trickled around the post. Waycott. And for a second violation there from Stephanie Waycott. An unnecessary turnover for the Cobras as we see the goal scorer, Laura Waltman, check back on to the court. She's already got herself 2 early on in the match, so she'll be looking to add to that tally. Borman gets it back. Silva doing well defensively and wins the ball back for the Cobras as Stephanie Waycott making way to the bench. Kontanabali back on, and she's under pressure immediately from Clayton. Silva. Devils employing quite a high press, but the Cobras look for the killer ball not to be. Borman centers it for Waltman. And Waltman returns, fires on the turn. Just couldn't squeeze it in from the most acute of angles as Emma Elias checks off for Marco Kant. Kantinabali can't. Kantinabali. Silva. And Silva squeezes the pass out somehow. The Cobras have done well to break the press. Kantinabali, one-on-one with Clayton. Ball to the back post. Intercepted by Buxy. And now the Cobras trying to counter press and win the ball back up high. But Clayton clears to safety. Leyland to Kantinabali. And down the line for Kant. Missed touches. Clayton picks it up for the Devils. Borman to Clayton. Trying to get beyond Kantinabali. Back rows it in the end to Borman. And the ball to the back post. Helped on there by Buxy. But Leyland picked it up. Releases quickly. Waltman to Clayton, trying to manufacture the shot. Was she pushed? Kantinabali, the Devils press working well. Clayton firing the shot off on the turn. A comfortable save for Leyland in the end. Buxy to Borman. And Waltman now, trying to find a way through. Resets with Clayton, who looks for Borman at the back post. Waltman's won it back up high. Borman. And a good piece of defending from Lauren Kantinabali to stop Borman from finishing into the empty net. Buxy. Waltman. Borman. Helped on. Waltman with a chance. But on her non-preferred. Skews her effort wide. And it's a timeout called by the West Coast Cobras. We'll just have a momentary break and be back in just a second. Kantinabali to Marco Kant. Back to Kantinabali. Kant again. Brady. Out wide to Kantinabali. In the centre now to Waycott. Kant. Back to Kantinabali. They've come out looking a little more organised after that timeout. Keeping possession rather well. Kantinabali, now here's a chance for the shot. Ball to the back post. Intercepted by Clayton. And the call of press from the Cobras coach Gus Fontana paid dividends. Clayton with a rushed pass. Kantinabali. Ball forward into the run of Kant. And the volley was on target. Just didn't have any power behind it. Clayton trying to find a way through. It's been intercepted by Waltman. Back rolls it for Clayton, who can't finish on the left. Leyland to Kontinabali. That's a risky ball. Borman out wide. Clayton. Still going Clayton. And she's finished into the bottom corner. It's 3-1 to the Western Devils. And a rolling foul going their way also. As Marco Kant checks off for EJ Silva. Waycott gives it to Kontinabali. Silva. Brady being pressed high. Kontinabali. Brady. Silva rather. Waycott. First time ball over from Kontinabali into the on run of Silva, who tries to play it to the top of the D. It's been won back by the Devils, who are on the counter attack, and that ball's fallen kindly for Laura Waltman, and the 1-2. But Leyland comes out well. Borman. Waltman. Clayton fires from range. Leyland. Now to Kontinabali. Waycott. Kontinabali. Waycott under pressure. Got to be careful. So is Kontinabali. Silva. And the ball trickling out of play. The Devils will get it back from the sideline. Return to Borman. In the corner, Prado squares it. Borman. Cobras defend well and clear their lines. And inside stop clock territory of the first half. 1:21 left on the clock. Waltman centers it. Prado returns to Waltman. Looking for the back post in Nina Borman. Clayton's won it up high. Out wide, Borman. And that's 4-1. I think it was Clayton who got the final touch. And the Devils really seeming to run away with the match. Cochrane. Kontinabali. Ball in the centre. Cochrane. Silva. Out wide. Kontinabali tries to beat Borman down the line and does. Brooke gets the shot off on the turn. Cochrane. Kontinabali rather scooping it over the top and headed clear by the Devils, so the Cobras will get it back. Brooke. Kontinabali. Still going Kontinabali. Got a couple of Devils to beat. Goes down the line. But it looks like she's won herself the free kick on the right-hand side of the court with 33 seconds left on the clock. A goal here will give them a big boost going into half-time. They've got to at least try and get a shot off. Try and work the keeper. Lays it off. Brooke fires off the right. And the Devils with the block. Silva. Back to Brooke. Kontinabali. Silva tries to get beyond Waltman. One. Clayton. Cochrane defends well. Waltman just looking like she wants to run down the clock. Borman. Clayton. And that will do us for the first half. It's the Western Devils 4, West Coast Cobras 1. And we're back for the second half. The Devils lead the Cobras 4-1. Brady to Elias. Elias driving forward in the center to Kant. A good turn. And she looks in the corner for Sam Brady. The Bucksy plays it down the line. Waycott. Picked up by Bucksy, but given away. And B1 checks Sam Brady's ankle as she got the shot off and forces her to put it wide. 1. Gives it away to Elias, and that should be a foul. And maybe even a yellow. Can't. Waycott. Brady. Bucksy gets the toe in. Leyland fields and plays. Can't. She looks down the line for Elias, but can't quite find her. Musial to Bucksy. Ball in the center to 1. Nice turn. Clayton. Forward, but no one up there for the Devils. And now Sam Brady Trying to dribble at Buxy. Plays it in the center to Elias, and the Cobras will get the ball back from the sideline. Can't to Waycott. Brady, Elias. Down the line for Can't. Elias's ball a little inaccurate. And the Devils will get the ball back from the sideline. Clayton, long ball forward. Easy for Leyland to collect it. Elias, center for Waycott. Can't. Gets beyond B1. Elias. Back to Can't. And given away in the center. Now a chance for the Devils on the counter-attack. Clayton tries to play the through ball for Buxy. But up the other end, the Cobras. Waycott, back post. And Brady's put it wide from point-blank range. Cobras unlucky not to pinch a second. Musial, a long throw, headed away by Can't. Waycott in the center, Brady, but Clayton's right on her case. And a lovely turn from Brady. What a goal this would be. It's saved at the near post well by Musial. A bit of momentum building up from the Cobras, and as I say that, they've got the second on the board. The ball from Elias found Can't at the back post, who I think got the last touch. And after a couple of near misses, they've put the game back in the mixer. Only trailed by 2 now. And as you can see, a couple of Laura Waltman and Andy Prado back on for the Devils. So the coach is not taking any risks, leaving some of the bench warmers on for too long. They've got a strong 4 on the court to try and combat the Cobras' momentum. Clayton. Still going Clayton. Cuts inside. And what a goal that would have been if it wasn't for a superb stop from Leyland with the right hand, tipping it over the bar. And now a chance to line Laura Waltman up on the left. They go to the back post instead. Buxy can't help it on. Cleared in the center. This time they do upped up the line for Waltman. Priato. Back to Waltman. Nice turn from Buxy. Clayton, chip forward. And now a chance for Buxy. It's fallen nicely, but needed to get over the ball. She got under it. And a relatively unthreatening shot in the end. Can't to Elias, and a wayward ball from Emma Elias. Not one of her best. Had enough time to take your touch there and make sure she got the pass right. Waltman gets beyond Elias almost. They got something on it in the end. Priato to Clayton. Back to Priato. Flicked forward. Elias does well to win in front. Waltman on it again. And receives the back heel from Clayton, not quite. Running out of territory. EJ Silva. Given away in the center. Cochrane battles for it and wins it back. Falls to Clayton in the end. Left-footed ball out wide, looking for Waltman, misplaced. Elias to Silva. Cochrane. Great ball for Can't. And they've got a sideline ball right in the corner. In fact, they don't. It must have taken the last touch off for Cobra. Now a chance for Coral Buxy. Waltman circles around and finds Priato. Clayton in the center. And Can't shoots it out. Crystal Jade Brooke. On for the Cobras as Marco Kant, the goal scorer, makes way. And Brooke gives it away. A chance for Waltman for the hat-trick. Scuffs her effort. Cobras can't afford to give Laura Waltman many more opportunities like that. Silva, Brooke, Elias, Cochrane, back to Elias. Brooke, Elias making the deep run. Cochrane with the 1-2. Brooke with a heavy touch, and the chance is gone. As Kontinabali back on for the Cobras. Elias makes her way to the bench. Priato centers it. Buxy. Kontinabali mopping up the danger. And her ball out wide, a loose one. Priato fires off the right. A weak effort picked up by Cochrane, who's got two W's hot on her tail. Priato, Clayton, out wide to Buxy. And the ball forward to Waltman. Lovely turn inside. A good save from Leyland once again. She's having a good day in net today, Annie Leyland. Scoreline could be much greater if it wasn't for a couple of great saves. And Priato on the volley cushions it for Waltman. Back to Priato. Flicks it forward. And Leyland again pushing it behind. Clayton up the line. Waltman back to Clayton. Blocked by Cochrane. Clayton gets beyond Cochrane. Save from Leyland again. Buxy to Priato. Buxy. Waltman, Priato. Flicks it down the line. Clayton trying to pivot onto the right and shoot. Offs for Priato. Ball into the feet of Waltman. And ball still alive, but the Cobras defend for their lives and force it behind for a corner. As Nina Borman's back on for the Western Devils. Header there from Priato. Blocked by Brooke. Buxy, Borman, under pressure from an onslaught of Cobras players. And Musial clears it over the top. It's fallen kindly for Waltman. Back to Priato. Waltman looks center for Borman. Priato. To her right, Buxy. Ball inside the D. The Cobras get it out in the end. Silva looks for the back post. But the Devils defend well and they forced it out for a corner. Brooke, blocked by Waltman. Kontinabali. That one wasn't far away. Musial long. Waltman controls and turns. Borman. Priato spreads play out wide to Buxy. In the center to Waltman. Helps it on to Borman. And now here's a chance for the Devils. Back post ball. Buxy stretches but can't reach it. As Waycott back on for the West Coast Cobras. Brooke. Played in the center. Borman picks it up, but it was a handball. So the West Coast Cobras will get a free kick back center field. Fired off the right by Kontinabali. And a long throw from Musial. Brooke out wide to Waycott. Kontinabali. Lovely back roll for Cochrane. Ball to the back post. But Priato tips it over the bar. And the West Coast Cobras have a corner. If they get another goal back, it really will be game on. That's a poor ball and a chance for the Devils to win it up high if they're efficient. Kontinabali, she's got to be careful. Just about evades the challenge from Priato. Gets it out wide to Waycott. But that one is going to roll through to Leyland in the end. And just having a look at some of the comments on the live stream. Ben O'Brien appreciating the commentary. I appreciate you, Ben O'Brien, as Cochrane there not far away, hitting the outside of the post. So they have come close, the West Coast Cobras. I think despite starting the first half well and getting that early goal, they've definitely been much more in the game in the second half so far. I hope I haven't spoken too soon, but they have had chances. Here's maybe another one. Easy out with a comfortable save. Brady just needing to get a bit more power behind her shot. Priato out wide to Waltman. Priato again. Ball centre to one. Still going one. Borman. And a bit of a loose touch from Nina Borman, but they'll get the sideline ball nonetheless. A gap in the middle for Waltman. She gets it. Tries to fire off the right. Still going Waltman. Was she bumped off the ball? Referee says no. And now a one-on-one for Brady. He fires the shot off early. Priato to Borman. Back to Priato. Borman. The Devils retaining possession as Laura Waltman makes her way. Immediately, Clayton twists and turns. And put into touch there by Stephanie Waycott. Borman to Priato, Clayton rather. Now it's Priato. Brady, can the Cobras counter once again? Well defended by Priato to win it back for the Devils. Clayton almost dispossessed, but falls back to her kindly. Borman. Priato not taking any chances. Chips that one down the line as Shelby Cochrane switches with Marco Kant. And it's a loose ball there from Kant. Turning over possession a bit cheaply. Clayton. Well defended by Kontinabali. And it's another corner for the Western Devils. In the middle, taking a deflection. But luckily for the West Coast Cobras, it didn't find itself in the back of the net. Over the top now. Clayton cuts in on the left and fires off it. B1 trying to direct it goalward. Can't. Kontinabali. The Devils backing off to halfway. And a lovely ball. Can't. Needed a better first touch than that inside the D. But nevertheless, they've got a corner. Brady just putting that one over the bar. Clayton. A long ball. Borman's unmarked. Falls through to Leyland. And Kontanabali trying to spark a quick break. But the Devils get the interception in. And just touching on our next match in the men's division, the game of the round between Phoenix Futsal WA, who are in 5th at the moment, against the Condors. So make sure you stick around and keep up with all the live action. It should be one hell of a contest. Phoenix have, as we say that, here's a chance for one who gets the shot awfully wrong. A good chance for the number 9 to all but seal the match. Couldn't quite do so. But both sides have picked up a bit of form. Phoenix with 2 wins on the bounce, and Condors coming off a big victory over Alliance last time out. Clayton, this will seal it. Nellie Clayton firing that one wide. So the Cobras getting away with a bit as of late. Devils with a couple of chances to wrap the game up, but they haven't made them count. Another ball flicked into the corner. Brady just can't keep it in. And just over 2 minutes left on the clock. A long throw from Musial. One back by Elias. Brady looking for Kant. Gives it back to Silva. Kant switches to Brady. They need a goal now, but that's not going to do it. As B1 with another chance. Leyland comes out to clear. Priato. And one. Can't find the empty net. Silva. Ball forward. Can't. Up the line to Brady. Now Silva. Brady. Lovely ball down into the corner for Elias. And put into touch by the Western Devils. So a minute 19 left on the clock. 2 goals needed from the Cobras. They'll have a chance to get one back, but they've hit the poster again, courtesy of the Nellie Clayton deflection. And they have a corner. Leyland's come up for it. Trying to work that one to the back post. Can't. Elias in the corner. Brady tries to play it across the face of goal. Can't. And couldn't quite direct a pass. Marco can't. The Devils have called a timeout with 55 seconds left on the clock. And we've got a big finish in store. The Cobras have had chances. They've hit the woodwork twice, but in all fairness, so have the Devils. Both keepers have played very well today. And I'd also have to say that finishing from both teams has been quite poor. Laura Waltman showed us how to do it early on in the first half, scoring 2 thunderbolts, but ever since then, missed chances for both sides. Sees the scoreline remain a lot lower than what it probably should be. The Devils are just going to do what they need to hold on. It will be one Buxy, Clayton and Waltman to see out the match for the West Coast Cobras. Are they going to switch it up by going fly keeper? That will be the question. They'll keep the same 4 also. Elias, Brady, Kant and Silva. Sideline ball for the Devils, deep in their half. 1 to Clayton. And Clayton plays that one off Marco Kant. The Cobras have to employ a high press, but you can bank on the Devils sending it long. That one falls short. Brady. Elias into the D. Kant with a chance. A bit of a heavy touch. Elias And it's an empty net if Waltman can find it. Clayton can't defend well. They double team the number 21. And it may be a yellow card for Marco Kant for obstruction of the side ball, but it was one she had to take for the team as Leyland was still making her way back to the line. Clayton being told to take that one back a couple of yards in the center, but Buxy just not on her toes and pass perhaps a little misguided. So the Cobras are at it with the fly keeper. Chip forward into the path of Leyland. She's got Ilias. Good ball. Here's a chance. A big save by Musial, who releases quickly. Clayton, can she find the empty net? Blocked by the Cobras. They've had a great second half. Two very good sides, but it looks like it will be the Devils that hold on for all 3 points. Once again, a 2-goal victory against the women in green. However, it's not for the want of trying. The Cobras have put up a good fight, and that one's shipped inside the area. And the final whistle goes. It's the Western Devils 4, West Coast Cobras 2. And running through the goal scorers, Laura Waltman 2, Nina Borman 1, and Nellie Clayton 1 for the West Coast Cobras. It was Marco Kant and Lauren Contanabali. We'll leave you with the full-time statistics before we will be back for the next match in a couple of minutes between the Phoenix Futsal WA and Condors FC.